What's up, everybody? Justin here to do a new fantasy booking show. Haven't done one in I think 2 months. Last one I did, I believe, was for WrestleMania 34. New fantasy booking. This is a fantasy booking of WCW 2000. From the year 2000, WCW was an absolute mess. It was a hot mess. The beginning of the year, I'm talking about real WCW, the beginning of the year was not good. Sold Out 2000. Not a god-awful pay-per-view, but not very good. And then it just got worse. Super Brawl, Uncensored 2000, it was a mess. Because they had Ric Flair, Terry Funk, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair in a strap match at Uncensored in the main event. Nobody, no fan of WCW, no fan wanted to see Terry Funk, Ric Flair, or Hogan Flair. They just didn't. And by the year 2000, WCW is dead in the water. Anyways, they were already drowning. And Vince Russo did not help at all. He made it worse. So here are my ideas. What I would book for WCW in the year 2000. I'm going to go through a lot of pay-per-views. I'm going to book a lot of pay-per-views, some Nitros. I'm not going to book every single week of Nitro for 2000 because that would make this fantasy booking show like a 25-part series or longer. I'm not going to book 52 weeks of Nitro television a year. I'm not going to do that in my fantasy booking of WCW 2000. This is part one. What I will do in this part one, I will book Sold Out. WCW Sold Out 2000. Then I'll book the Nitro after Sold Out. And then going into the next pay-per-view, Super Brawl. It was Super Brawl, I believe. Which I don't think I booked Super Brawl. I don't think I did. Just let me go through my notes here to see if I booked it. I don't think I did. Well, yes, I did. Here it is. Super Brawl 2000. I did book it. So I take it back. I did book Super Brawl 2000. So here we go with Sold Out 2000. I think my matches, my ideas were a lot better than what WCW did in the year 2000. And here we go. Thought I'd share this. Fantasy booking, WCW, the year 2000. Here we go. So up first at Sold Out, I'm going to have a U.S. title match. The United States Championship on the line. Jeff Jarrett is the champion, the U.S. champion. He defends against a crippler, Chris Benoit. I'm not going to talk about what Benoit did. The tragedy that he ended up doing. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just booking him as a wrestler in the year 2000 because the guy was still around in the year 2000. And I already gave my thoughts on the Benoit tragedy. It is a tragedy. And I was one of the biggest Chris Benoit fans ever. The guy was one of my favorite wrestlers. Not ever, but he's one of my favorites to watch. So Chris Benoit. This is the year 2000. Booking WCW 2000, Chris Benoit. I would have kept him because this is fantasy booking, I would have kept him in WCW the entire year 2000, and I would have really pushed him hard. But we all know what happened instead. He decided to jump ship. I believe he got out of his contract, decided to jump ship. It was a great move for him and his friends. Eddie, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn all jumped and left. That did really hurt WCW, but here we go. Fantasy Booking US title. Jeff Jarrett defends against Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit wins. Becomes a new US champion. So in the other parts of this fantasy booking for WCW 2000, in the other parts, Benoit will still be the US champ. Vampiro. I was a fan of the guy. Not a big fan of him at the time, but now that I look back on WCW 2000, Vampiro was a really good talent. The guy should have been pushed a lot more. They tried to push him, having him in a feud with Sting, but they didn't push him hard enough. Vampiro taking on Sting at Soldout 2000. I was going to say no disqualification, but it is not. Vampiro Sting, they're going to have a feud until probably the end of April. This is January 2000. Vampiro Sting ends in a disqualification when Vampiro gets a chair and beats Sting with a chair. Beats him with a chair. Powerbomb Sting through a table. So Vampiro gets disqualified. Sting wins by DQ. As I said, they will keep feuding till the end of April. Scott Steiner taking on Billy Kidman. I would push Billy Kidman as a babyface in the year 2000. I would have pushed him a lot. Instead, it was god-awful. They decided to turn him heel and be part of the New Blood, and Billy Kidman tried to take on Hogan like he was in Hogan's league. It was stupid. Billy Kidman, Scott Steiner. Billy Kidman wins in a shocking victory. Billy Kidman wins, and that would have been pretty shocking if it ever happened. That sold out. The crowd would have been shocked, and the crowd would have popped. That little Billy Kidman, because the guy was pretty damn little and skinny. He was a cruiserweight. Him beating Scott Steiner, my opinion, would have been pretty awesome and could have started his push. Cruiserweight Championship. Cruiserweight champion is Prince Iakea. Not the Artist, as they called him, and they changed his character. The Artist, known as whatever the hell they called him. The Artist, or the Artist formerly known. I don't remember what they called him, and I don't care. He's Prince Iakea. He's a Cruiserweight champion. He defends in a fatal four-way against Chris Candido. He comes to WCW in January. He debuts in my fantasy booking. Chris Candido, really good talent. Should have been in WCW a lot longer. I don't know why he disappeared. Like in the summer of 2000, he was just gone. Chris Candido. Juventud Guerrero and Shane Helms from 3 Count. But he's not in 3 Count. He's just Shane Helms. So fatal four-way for the WCW Cruiserweight title. And I would have the winner. The winner gets the Cruiserweight title. So it's a fatal four-way. The winner becomes Cruiserweight champion. Chris Candido wins as the new Cruiserweight champion. Now we go to a tag team matchup. Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero Jr. getting a tag title shot. I don't know who the tag champions are. I really don't. I didn't think about it. Who the hell were the tag champs at the time? I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero Jr. become the new WCW Tag Team Champions. Now, here we go. The main event of Sold Out 2000 main event. WCW World Title on the line. Sid, the World Champion. I always liked Sid. I thought Sid really got screwed in real life when they stripped him of the WCW World Title just because they were starting a New Blood Millionaires Club storyline. That was stupid. That was really stupid. They just stripped Sid of the title. To me, it was dumb. It made no sense. Like, oh, let's take all the titles away from everybody. It was dumb. And then they just had the New Blood win every damn title. It was stupid. So Sid is my world champion to kick off 2000 in the main event of Sold Out. Sid defends in a handicap match against Scott Hall in the Commissioner, Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, 2-on-1 for the WCW World Title, but Sid wins. Sid wins, defeats Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. So that was Sold Out 2000. I thought I booked a pretty good card. If you have your own ideas for booking Sold Out 2000, leave them in the comments or tell me them on Twitter. Now the Nitro Fantasy Booking WCW 2000. This is a Nitro after Sold Out 2000 pay-per-view. Kicks off with the U.S. title. U.S. title match. Chris Benoit defends against Vampiro. Lights go out. During the match, lights go out. Lights come back on. It is Sting in the ring with a bat attack. Is his baseball bat. Attacks Vampiro. So Chris Benoit retains by disqualification. Chris Benoit still U.S. champ. Then we have a Sid, world champion Sid promo. Sid cuts a promo. Out comes Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan comes out. Sid and Hogan have a face-off. Then Ric Flair's music hits. Ric Flair comes out. Flair, Sid, Hogan, all in the ring together, staring at each other. Then, after Ric Flair, Scott Steiner's music hits. Scott Steiner comes out. So Steiner, Ric Flair, Hogan, Sid, all in the ring, teasing a four-way match in the future for the world title. Now, up next, before the final two matches of Nitro, we have Bam Bam Bigelow. He was underutilized in WCW big time. They dropped the ball with him. He could have been a monster heel. I'm talking about real life. Real WCW. He could have been a monster heel. He came in at the end of 98. He had one match with Goldberg, I believe. Or one or two matches with Goldberg on Nitros. And Bam Bam just got squashed. That was stupid booking. Shouldn't have Bam Bam go after Goldberg, or he should have went after some other babyface, like Sting or somebody. So Bam Bam taking on The Wall. I thought The Wall, the guy's a pretty good big man, pretty good monster. Bam Bam taking on The Wall. The Wall gets disqualified because he choke slams Bam Bam off the apron through two tables. As I just put over Bam Bam, and I did like the guy. I thought he was great. The guy had a great look. The guy was a great big man. As I just put over Bam Bam, I have him losing, or not losing, but getting choke slammed through two tables because you got to put over The Wall. He's a monster. He's a new talent. He was a new talent in the year 2000. So now, a tournament is starting. The final two matches of this Nitro. To end this part one of WCW 2000 Fantasy Booking, the final two matches, a tournament starts. 4 teams to crown the first ever Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions. Now, in real life, WCW did have Cruiserweight Tag Champs, but it wasn't until March 2001. Then they went under. They crowned new Cruiserweight Tag Champs, and they went under. Very sad, but Cruiserweight Tag Tournament I would have started in the year 2000. Nitro after Soldout. The first two teams in the tournament are Chris Candido and Kiwi. If you don't remember Kiwi, well, watch WCW from summer and fall of 2000, and you'll find out who Kiwi was. The guy's a pretty good cruiserweight wrestler. I thought he was pretty damn good. So Chris Candido and Kiwi taking on the team of Lash LaRue. I thought he was pretty good. And the debuting in WCW, Lash LaRue and his partner, the phenomenal AJ Styles. They defeat Chris Candido and Kiwi. So AJ, Lash LaRue are in the finals of the Cruiserweight Tag Team Tournament to crown the first ever Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions. The finals of the Cruiserweight Tag Team Tournament, I would have the finals, and the two teams meet at Uncensored. They'll meet. The other two teams in the Cruiserweight Tag Tournament, Rey Mysterio Jr. and La Parka. I was a fan of both of them. La Parka was damn underrated. And Rey Mysterio was damn good, really innovative. So Rey Mysterio and La Parka take on Lenny Lane, who did look like Chris Jericho, kind of. Lenny Lane and Lodi. Rey Mysterio and La Parka win. So Rey Mysterio and La Parka will meet AJ Styles and Lash LaRue at Uncensored for the Cruiserweight Tag titles in a ladder match. This ends part 1 of fantasy booking of WCW 2000. Part 2, I will book, I believe, another Nitro. I think we'll book another Nitro in February, and then I'll book another Nitro in the third week of February, and then I'll book Super Brawl 2000. Then after that, I still got to book Uncensored and a lot more pay-per-views. I'm not going to book every single pay-per-view that WCW had in 2000. They had 12. I might book 9 or 10 of them, but not every one. I'm not going to book every Nitro, as I said, because that'd make this fantasy booking of WCW 2000, that would make this like a 20-part series. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of fantasy booking of WCW 2000. Bye for now, everybody.